morning, wrestling fans. Today is Saturday, July 6th, 2024. Lance Brock here, and tonight is WWE Money in the Bank. The premium live event takes place tonight in Toronto on Peacock here in the United States and the WWE Network everywhere else. Also, we have an episode of AEW Saturday Collision tonight on TNT. So we'll probably have about, at least including the countdown show, maybe around 6 or more hours of pro wrestling to watch tonight with Money in the Bank and Collision. And let's get right into it on this Saturday morning episode of Good Morning Wrestling Fans. WWE Money in the Bank will be live from Toronto, Canada at the Scotia Bank Arena. Second night of a total of 3 nights in Toronto this weekend, with NXT Heatwave tomorrow night. And this is the first Money in the Bank PLE to take place in Canada. And our matches tonight, let's start off with the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We have main event Jey Uso, Carmelo Hayes, Andrade El Idolo, Chad Gable, L.A. Knight, and Drew McIntyre. I could see this being a really good Money in the Bank match, but as far as a pick or a prediction for this one, I would have to go with Drew McIntyre to win this one and could maybe cash in and could possibly set up a feud over the championship for whenever CM Punk returns to action. But I'd say, as kind of, if not Drew McIntyre, kind of a second pick here, I'd go with maybe Jey Uso over as a babyface. And I could see them having Jey Uso win it and calling himself Mr. Yeet in the Bank. And could see him making up a logo, putting that on the briefcase, depending how long they have him hold on to it for before he cashes in. But I'm sure it'll be a fun match. And our second Money in the Bank ladder match, on the women's side, we have Io Sky, Chelsea Green, Lyra Valkyria, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, and Zoe Stark. Just like the men's one, I'm sure this will be a really good, fun, multi-person ladder match. I have to admit, part of me just personally would kind of like to see Naomi win this one, but maybe it's just me, but out of all the women in this match, the only one I could really see them booking to win this Money in the Bank ladder match tonight would probably be Tiffany Stratton. Definitely see a big future for her in the business and back at the Elimination Chamber. in Australia, if you remember, she was over big, and when she was in her mini chamber waiting to come out, all the Tiffy time chants we got, I think they're going to make Tiffany Stratton the 2024 Miss Money in the Bank. But the question is, of course, how long will she be holding on to the briefcase? Will it be a quick cash-in, or will it be one like Damian Priest, hold on to it for quite a while and to where you almost forget about it and then have them cash in? We'll just have to wait and see. And the World Heavyweight Championship is up for grabs. Damian Priest taking on Seth freaking Rollins. And this is Seth Rollins' last chance for the World Heavyweight Championship, as long as Damian Priest is still the champion. I know Rollins, I definitely wouldn't be surprised to see him as world champion again, but I see them having Damian Priest retain the title. I just really don't see them taking the title off him yet. I was wrong about my prediction for SmackDown last night, and I'll get to that in a little bit, but I see Damian Priest holding on to the World Heavyweight Championship. The WWE Intercontinental Championship is on the line. The Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn defending against Braun Breaker. In Canada, not Montreal though, which is Sami's hometown, and he just had the comedy show there Thursday night at the Danforth Music Hall in Toronto. But part of me wouldn't be surprised if we actually do see Braun Breaker win the IC title tonight, defeating Sami Zayn. Or if you don't want to take the title off of Zayn, another way you could go is have Braun Breaker kind of lose his temper, kind of snap in this one, and get himself disqualified to where he doesn't win the match, but not the title, where he does win the match, I should say, but does not win the title. So kind of can protect Sami in Canada a little bit. And we have 6-man tag, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens taking on the Bloodline, which, what I'm reading right now, I don't think they've actually said on WWE TV. I could be wrong though, but Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and Jacob Fatu, because I noticed on all the graphics when they're building up for Money in the Bank tonight, they just show all 4 members of the Bloodline and don't really say which 3 of them will be taking on or will be competing in the 6-man tag. But that's the card for tonight's WWE Money in the Bank Premium Live event. Once again here in the United States on Peacock and WWE Network elsewhere. And I mentioned just a little bit ago I was wrong about my prediction for SmackDown last night. I predicted that DIY, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa would not win the WWE Tag Team Championships, but they indeed did defeat A-Town Down, Austin Theory, and Grayson Waller to become the new WWE Tag Team Champions. had the big celebration with the pyro and everything there in Toronto. Of course, they do have the history of NXT takeovers in Toronto. Gargano mentioning that he came back to WWE. It was in Toronto. So like I said, I was wrong. And who knows, with some of the predictions for tonight's PLE, I could be wrong once again. Also tonight on TNT, 8 p.m. Eastern, which I'll have on my Sling DVR, AEW Collision. We will hear from MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, who is supposed to explain his actions, what he did to Daniel Garcia Wednesday night on Dynamite. We will also have a men's match in the Owen Hart Foundation Cup tournament. Hangman Adam Page taking on Switchblade Jay White, where the winner will go to the finals Wednesday on Dynamite in Calgary. Also, the AEW Women's World Champion Timeless Toni Storm will be in action taking on Trish Adora. And that, I believe, is all we have in store for us tonight. WWE Money in the Bank and AEW Collision tonight. Also, tomorrow night, we have NXT Heatwave. Don't forget, you can go in the comment section right now, leave your thoughts and your opinions on last night's WWE SmackDown and AEW Rampage episodes, and leave your last minute predictions for tonight's WWE Money in the Bank. And while you're there, also your predictions for tomorrow night's NXT Heatwave. Thank you everyone for joining me on this Saturday morning episode of Good Morning Wrestling Fans. We'll be back tomorrow for the Sunday episode. Hope everyone enjoys Money in the Bank and Collision tonight. And hope you all join me for the Sunday episode tomorrow. Until then, have a great pro wrestling day.